Guys, so today I'm going to be filming for you the products I regret buying. By the way, if you like the makeup that I'm wearing today, I did film a bridal makeup tutorial for like beginners and like drugstore-y friendly, I guess. So if you want to see that, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. I don't know which one's going to be posted first, but either way it'll be linked down below when it's out. Saying that these are like terrible products and they won't work for anyone, they just didn't work for me, or they're just like I bought it from a YouTube hype and they're not worth it, or they don't work with my skin type. But like I'm going to tell you every reason why I don't like it, and I guarantee that if I don't like a product, I guarantee you I like something else from the brand. So I'm not like shitting on the brand. But anyways, and I'm sure there's other things I don't like either. I just tend to throw away or give away things I don't like, but I still keep a lot of them too. So let's just get in. First thing I'm just gonna get out of the way, kind of boring, is this Pond's Rejuvenous Anti-Wrinkle Cream. I don't know who gave this to me. I did not purchase it on my own. It's just like this. You know, honestly, I really don't have sensitive skin, but I do have to say that this broke me out so bad. Like so bad, and I like really like I've maybe broken out from like trying a weird product like twice in my whole life. Like I just don't know what's wrong with this product, but like I would never put it on my skin ever again. And I do know that this is like a cheaper brand, but I didn't expect my face to look like a bumblebee attacked me. The Naked Smoky palette. I love Urban Decay eyeshadows. I think the quality is phenomenal. I just feel like the colors in here like just kind of disappointed me. Like they're generally cool toned, but I understand that it's the smoky palette. But I just feel like I just don't reach for this palette a lot, and I feel like these aren't as like not pigmented, like some of these shades aren't as like as pigmented as I would have hoped, if that makes sense. Like a lot of the shimmery shades are more like they have glitter in them. They're like an eyeshadow with glitter in them. They're not like a shimmer finish, if that makes sense. But this is just what some of them look like. Like the mattes. I do wish that there was a matte transition shade that was a little bit darker than this and a little bit lighter than this. But there are shades, like I love this purple shade, like I love these shades, like, but I just don't reach for this palette often. Like I've had it for like a year now, and I've maybe reached for it like 2 to 3 times max. Products I'm going to be talking to you about is the e.l.f. cheek products. I know a lot of people talk about these on YouTube. You know, they're saying like a good alternative and everything. This is, for example, like this one, perfect example. Like these colors, yes, they're pigmented. Yes, they are. Look at that. Right? But like these colors just look awful on me, and they're like way too pigmented, and they're just like, I don't know, I just think they're really like, they just don't look pretty on the skin. They're just too much. Pink Passion and Antigua. Not really a fan of them, but like I could see why somebody would like it. So this product I've actually had for a really long time. I'm probably going to throw it away after this video, but it is the Benefit Fake Up. I bought this when the product was launched, so this is very old. I need to toss it. But pretty much what it is it's a concealer, and then it has a ring of hydration around it. See, for me, I have very dry skin, so I really like products like this really catch my attention. But what I did not like about this product is that like there's too much hydration, so like it would crease under your eyes. Like it creased terribly, and like it was just a really ugly finish, if that makes sense, and it didn't have enough coverage to like compensate. So the next thing a lot of people love and talk about on YouTube is the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. I love Kat Von D, but this, like, I just feel like these highlighting shades are too dark for my skin, number one. And number two, these shades here, they don't look too cool. And I used to be like thinking in my head, like the ashier the color, the better. Like the ashier the color for your contour, the better, because the more natural it looks. But if you do it too ashy, it looks muddy on your face. I don't know how to describe it, but if you ever get a really ashy color, it just looks really muddy and it doesn't blend pretty. And I noticed that when I use these, like I had a really ashy finish, and it was not cute on my skin tone. So I do think that these are very nice high quality powders. I just wouldn't use them on myself per se. The next thing is also another contour kit. This is really old and gross and broken. This is the IT Cosmetics contour kit. I do really I think that the powders themselves are really silky and nice. I just don't use it a lot. I don't really like the colors too much. Like, I mean, like they're just really pinky undertoned. Like this one's really pink undertone. This one's more neutral, and like it's too like red undertone. Like it's a neutral red undertone, and I just feel like most people would like prefer like either, I don't know, not a red undertone color, I guess. And then this highlight shade is shimmery. See, like they have like a lot of contour shades for like people with darker skin and only like highlight shades for people who are like pale like me. Yeah, we're diverse, but then not really. And this palette also breaks a lot, or like it's very like fragile. The product I'm going to be talking about is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible Foundation. I've heard so many good things about this. It's just that my skin's really dry and I just can't. Like I just can't. It just like makes my skin like really patchy and stuff. But one thing I do have to say about this is it has really good staying power and really good coverage. And also, I feel like this foundation oxidizes a little bit. Anyways, the TLC True Lasting Color 16 Hour Foundation in the shade Naked. I did really like this foundation, and I do think it's an okay drugstore foundation for dry skin. I actually bought it because I watched that Michelle Phan video a couple years ago about, she went to the drugstore and pretty much like did a review about like all the foundations she's tried, and the only reason I don't like this is because it has a very sunscreen feel and I don't like the shade selection. The Revlon Nearly Naked foundation. The reason I don't like this is because it's very liquidy, and again it feels like a sunscreen, and I do have to say it has a good shade selection and it does have SPF. I just did not enjoy the finish on myself. On the Lock It Tattoo foundation, I don't like this on myself. I don't like it on people who even have oily skin. This foundation has I've never seen a foundation that has a more cakey finish, and I understand that Kat Von D, like the whole brand is like, you know, related on covering up tattoos and things, but this just like, you know, there's a difference between full coverage and a full cakey coverage. You got what I'm saying? Be like, oh, like what foundation are you wearing? Not to be like, oh, it's pretty, it's curious, so I don't pick it up. And who's worn this foundation and it was just gross. And by the way, I dropped this one time and this already came out of the packaging. But I just really don't like this foundation, and I think it's quite overpriced for like what it is. I like the sister foundation of the L'Oreal foundation, and it is the Pro Glow foundation. It does has SPF 15. The other one does not say it has SPF on it, which is kind of cool. I really don't like the shade selection of this for some reason. It's really like gross and like cool tone, but not in like a nice way. And I also really feel like this feels like a sunscreen again, and it's like too creamy and it doesn't cover enough, and it doesn't have like a good enough staying power, even though it claims to have a 24-hour staying power. And it's like not glowy in like a good way. It's like more like I have sunscreen on my face. Anyway, so I really did not enjoy this foundation. It was the ColourPop highlighters. So from what I understood when I ordered ColourPop items, and like I did a lot of research on YouTube, you know, they're very popular on YouTube, they say it's like a powderish, like a powder product with like a creamy, like, I don't want to say undertone, but with like it's kind of creamy. This product is again like not like, it's so pretty. I just want to say that it is a really gorgeous shade. Their things are really pretty, but they have terrible staying power, and they don't have a good, like, they can't blend properly with like powder products. Like I would definitely like categorize this in a cream, kind of like a cream category, and I don't think that they have like a good finish. Like they don't like blend well with other powder products, and I don't think that they have like a good staying power. Some of their eyeshadows do have a good staying power, I will give them that, but I definitely did not anticipate what I was going to feel. It definitely is like a cream product, but it has like a very water base. Like I've never tried a product like it, but this is just not what I like. The NYX Studio concealer. This is the second to lightest shade. I think that this is very like a pretty good concealer. It's just not the right shade for me, I guess. They don't have like a good shade, or they do have a good shade selection. I lied. I do like to use this is like, I think this is really good for like when I prime my eyes to practice makeup, so I don't want it to stay on a really long time. I just want a base. I really like using this concealer. It is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. So when I went and bought this product, I went to Sephora. This is before I could match myself, but it's always good to have a second pair of eyes to match. So this guy, I don't know if you guys know, but at Sephora they have this thing where they'll take a picture of your skin and they'll take a picture of your neck, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna like pretty much look on the computer and see things that are your color. And I was looking to try the Makeup Forever HD foundation because I've heard so many good things about it. So many like makeup artists, when they do like what's in my freelance kit, like they talk about this foundation, and he was saying that first of all, Makeup Forever has a very like wide range of colors, and he said that they didn't have a shade light enough to match me. And mind you, this is like the end of spring, and I know I'm pale, but I'm not the palest person on the planet, you know? And so pretty much I have like a warm undertone, so he gave me the lightest one in the red shades. And I do have to say, I've never found like a foundation line that like their red tones have like a lot of red in them, more than the other foundations. But I have the lightest red foundation. The color rubbed off, but I get a really sunscreeny feel for this, but a lot of people, like, everyone says it's their favorite foundation, and I'm not sure if I don't like it because the shade is so off to my skin tone. But I really just don't like this foundation. I don't like the finish. I don't like the way it looks. Like, I just threw it in my kit. You know, if I have a client that has a really red undertone, I'll pump some of this in and mix it in. But anyways, I really just don't like this foundation. But I am going to order a new one in a shade that's closer to my skin tone to see if I really don't like it because of the foundation or the color. Anyway, so those were all the products that I have. I'm sure there's millions of other products I regret buying. If you wanted to see a part 2 of this, also comment down below. And if you forgot to subscribe already, please push the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.